Good afternoon, everyone. It's 4:30. We'll call the May 27th, 2025 meeting of the Mill Creek Township Board of Supervisors to order. Would you please rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3 on our agenda is the oath of office, swearing-in ceremony for probationary police officer Joseph Erickson. Chief Mook.
Yes, to fill a vacancy created by the departure of Patrolman Jordan Query, and after an application period and oral interview process, Joseph Erickson will be hired on May 28th as a probationary police officer. Mr. Erickson is a native of Erie and has been working as a police officer for the City of Erie School District. I am requesting the public swearing of the oath of office.
Okay, Joseph, why don't you come on up and we'll administer the oath. Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Erickson, being duly sworn as a police officer in the Township of Mill Creek, Erie County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the ordinances of Mill Creek Township, and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Furthermore, I affirm I will uphold, obey, and enforce the law without consideration to a person's race, color, sex, religious creed, sexual orientation, age, national origin, ancestry, handicap, or disability. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Item 4 on the agenda is public comment on agenda items other than development or rezoning applications. Hearing none, we'll move on to approval of minutes from the May 13th meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 6 is approval of the bills. Is there a motion to approve the bills?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 7 is the 2024 financial review, the 2025 first quarter financial report from the Treasurer Page, who was unable to be here, and would entertain a motion to table this review until the next meeting.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to table the review until next meeting.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 8 is a public hearing on the land development plan for Aldi, Mill Creek Town Center. Mr. Waldinger?
Thank you. Good afternoon. Yes, this is a land development plan for Aldi Mill Creek Town Center to show the construction of a 21,831 square foot retail business establishment, associated stormwater management facilities, and off-street parking along the north line of West Ridge Road, east of Millfair Road in Tract 314. At their regular meeting of Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of this land development with one correction to be made to the drawing. There was an incorrect zoning district listed, and it should be corrected to reflect that the property is in the C2 Regional Commercial Zoning District.
Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and open up the hearing. Is there anyone here representing Aldi? Okay, hearing none. Is there anyone here to speak of this land development plan for Aldi? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the hearing. Is there a motion to approve this land development plan?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 9 is a conditional use request for a Polacco's Chocolates, 2592 West 8th Street, installing new signage. Mr. Waldinger?
Yes, thank you. As you mentioned, this is for Polacco's Chocolate that will be located in the Colony Plaza at 2592 West 8th Street. This is in the Presque Isle Gateway District, and so signs in that district are a conditional use and need to go through this hearing. At the regular meeting of Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of this conditional use as the applicant proved that they met all criteria.
Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and open up the hearing. Is there anyone here representing Fast Signs or Polacco's Chocolates? Would you mind coming up to the podium, please? Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good afternoon. My name is Michaela Minarson. I'm here representing Fast Signs on behalf of our client, Polacco's Chocolates, located at 2592 West 8th Street. We are requesting approval to install new signage at this location, which falls within the Presque Isle Gateway District and therefore requires the conditional use permit. The sign consists of high-quality, internally illuminated channel letters, a very common and professional sign type for businesses in commercial areas. The proposed signage totals approximately 19.15 square feet and will be mounted to the storefront facade of the building. This is a key part of branding for the Polacco's storefront. The design is clean, visually appealing, and consistent with the signage already in use at their other locations. This is also a similar sign style that is used in other businesses in the same plaza and nearby properties along West 8th Street. We have worked to ensure that the sign fits with the aesthetics of the district and appreciate the board's time and consideration of this request.
Okay, thank you. Does the board have any comments or questions?
No questions.
No?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else here wishing to speak on this conditional use request? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the hearing. Is there a motion to approve?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 10 is a revised development agreement for the Sheets, number 245. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, these land development documents relate to the improvements being made to the sheets located at the corner of Asbury and West Ridge Road. There are 4 documents before you for approval. The financial security agreement, the stormwater maintenance agreement, the developer's agreement, and the declaration of easement. These documents are typically form documents the supervisors had approved a number of years ago, but since Sheets made a number of changes to those forms, I suggested that it be put on the agenda for specific review and approval by the board. The changes that are being made are consistent with other changes that the township has agreed to in the past with respect to other developments. The one difference is with respect to the developer's agreement. Since this development involves a gas station, the changes also include an underground storage tank addendum that is consistent with the township code. And we are still waiting final approval from Sheets on these documents. My recommendation would be to approve these agreements subject to any minor non-substantive changes that may be approved by the solicitor and would authorize then their execution upon that approval by the chair of the board.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion, okay, sorry. I'll make the
Go ahead.
motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Moving on to item 11 is bids and quotations. We'll start with the 2025 paving bid results and award. Mr. Puda?
Thank you and good afternoon. On May 19th, a public bid opening was held here at the township for the 2025 paving contract. This contract includes approximately 183,566 square yards of milling and paving and 31 ADA ramps. 3 bids were received. Lindy Paving submitted a bid of $2,972,969.62. McCormick Construction submitted a bid of $3,313,789.80, and Hawbaker Incorporated submitted a bid of $3,862,839.50. I recommend to award this contract to Lindy Paving for $2,972,969.62.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Puda?
Dan, I just have a quick comment. This translates into about, I guess, about 13 miles of road,
Yeah,
give or take,
About 12, yeah.
which is, I guess, slightly above our 2024 paving. But I just want it noted that it does take us back to around the 2018 total when we were still paving ourselves. So it's quite a departure from the 21, 22, and 23 paving program that we undertook, and we all know we had additional funds for that, for sure. But I just feel like last year and this year we're regressing as far as making this a priority. I think we're going to hear from the residents. We've all been on the roads. We know there's a lot of roads that need attention, and unfortunately, this package just does not cover what we need to be doing to make some progress. So I understand it is what it is. That was the bid, that's the package, but personally, I'm very disappointed in the quantity that we're doing, and I think we need to get up into the 15 to 20 mile quantity, at least for the next couple years, to try to make a dent. As we all know, too, the winter was horrible on the this was a bad one. So that's all I just wanted to say. I hope in 2026 we can reevaluate and hopefully, make additional progress in the paving package.
I will comment on that. One of the things, even though by the mileage, this year there was a lot of paving that's going to be done on a lot of the cul-de-sacs. When you go by the square yard quantities that you use, it doesn't come out, as far as mileage, that's a linear item. But when you take the square yards of that, there is more paving that's being done square yardage-wise this year because of the cul-de-sacs.
Yeah, I know also there's some industrial roads that, the majority of the public might not see that because they're not on them, but they are in need. And, I know we're going to tackle at least 1 or 2 of those this year that are really in need. So doing the best we can, but we can do better, I think.
Right.
So.
I don't disagree, Mr. Bach. I think, we're about 50 to 60 miles away from really catching up to where we should be. Yeah. And the quicker we can get after that, the better.
To that point, too, I think that, Mr. Puda, we were working with the budget. We budgeted these numbers last fall for $3 million. Mm-hmm. So you had to work within the budget.
Sure.
We only budgeted, the 3 of us only budgeted $3 million. So that's why you had to fit what we did. So this was a decision made back in the fall.
That's correct. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's no further comments, is there a motion to approve this bid award to Lindy Paving?
I'll make a motion to approve the Lindy Paving contract.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
One more question, Mr. Chairman. When will this be made public, and where can residents find it? the paving list?
After this meeting, when it's approved, they'll be posted on the website.
On the website? Okay, I knew the answer.
That's when we'll start getting the calls, Kim.
Yes, forwarded to you. No.
All right, the next item will be the municipal building door upgrades. Mr. Puda?
Thank you. The Building Maintenance Department and the CRS Department are seeking approval to upgrade the front and west entrance doors on the Township Municipal Building. These upgrades will allow the doors to be locked and open at set times for safety. A quote was received from the Wilkins Company for the price of $25,000 under CoStar's contract number 008-E23-1103. A $26 per month charge will be added to the access account for these doors. $15,000 of this cost will be taken from the capital fund of the Building Maintenance Department, and $10,000 will be taken from the capital fund of the CRS Department. I recommend approval to upgrade these doors.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Puda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second?
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is the solar-powered speed signs. Mr. Puda?
Thank you. The Traffic Department is requesting permission to purchase 2 solar-powered portable speed signs with mounting hardware from Traffic Products LLC at a total cost of $8,168.40 under CoStar's contract number 018-E24-023. And this is a budgeted purchase. It'll be under the traffic cameras line item of the capital fund budget. I recommend purchasing these 2 solar-powered portable speed signs from Traffic Products for $8,168.40 to use at various locations as needed.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Puda?
I have some comments, Dan. I have some hesitation about this, only partly because they're solar-powered. We've had some issues with some solar-powered stop signs up at Stertania and Millfair. The perimeter of the stop sign is solar-powered with blinking lights because there's been a lot of accidents up there. We've had a lot of problems keeping those batteries charged because we don't get a lot of sun in Erie. And so therefore, Jeff Tenney has been working back and forth with the company on those stop signs. I have a sense that I'm hesitant because this is solar powered and we could run into the same issue. And also, as I don't know, the chief might have some comment, but I know this is a deterrent temporarily, but if it's in a neighborhood too long, don't you agree that people become complacent when they see their speed? And if it's in one place too long, I just think it kind of defeats the purpose. And I think the best deterrent is actually enforcement with our officers.
Well, enforcement is just not practical in Pennsylvania in a neighborhood, unfortunately, because of the restriction that municipal police have and that they can't use radar. So this may be the next best option. Is there a battery-powered option? I don't know. I'm not familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, we won't know until we get it and try it, I guess. I'm just hesitant with the cost to, I'm just not sure how effective it will be, but.
If I can add, these units are dual battery powered and solar recharged, and they are the latest technology. So I think we do have that benefit, and they're not always on; they're only on when traffic approaches. So
Okay.
dissimilar to
That is good.
What's happening with those stop signs? Those are always flashing. So
Okay, thank you, Dan. That's all I have.
all right, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
No.
And I vote yes. Next item is pipelining for sanitary sewer at East Grandview and Montmark. Mr. Puda?
Thank you. The Sewer Department is seeking approval to line 220 lineal feet of 8-inch sanitary pipe on East Grandview and Montmark, which is in need of repair. A quote was received from Insight Pipe Contracting, LLC, for the price of $14,443 under CoStar's contract number 16. Funding for this pipelining will come from the I&I grouting line item of the Sewer Revenue Fund. I recommend approval to line this section of pipe.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Puda? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 12 is new and amended ordinances under review. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, we have two that are currently pending under review. First is the saldo. We're pending a meeting with engineering and planning to finalize this document. And then secondly, the fines and penalties updates. We're reviewing that, trying to consolidate those provisions as well.
Thank you. Item 13, Resolution 2025-R20, resolution pursuant to Resolution 2015-R20 in the Municipal Records Manual to approve the proposed disposition of certain township records. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you is a resolution to approve the disposal of certain municipal records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the Municipal Records Manual. The police department records to be disposed of include MVRBWC footage that includes test recordings between March 14 of 25 through March 27 of 25, traffic stops from February 14 of 25 through February 27 of 25, incident only in special circumstances from 5/13 of 23 through 5/26 of 23, and case report, arrest report, SRR unknown type from 5/13 of 2005 through 5/26 of 2005. My recommendation would be to approve the disposal of these records.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Resolution 2025-R21 is a resolution for county aid for the allocation of liquid fuels funds for road salt. This is an application for the amount of $70,749 for county aid for the purchase of road salt for winter maintenance. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Resolution 2025-R22, a resolution authorizing, empowering, and directing the Board of Supervisors to appoint one or more liaisons between it and Berkheimer, the duly appointed collector of earned income tax and local service tax for the township. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, before you is a resolution to approve designating Township Treasurer Melanie Page as the liaison between the township and Berkheimer, who, as you indicated, is the appointed collector of local taxes for purposes of sharing confidential tax information with Berkheimer for official purposes. This is a resolution that is required by Berkheimer. This resolution has been adopted in the past, and this simply confirms that Ms. Page is the official liaison. My recommendation would be to approve this resolution.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 16 is the Mill Creek Police Department internship agreement. We'll start off with Chief Mook.
Thank you. Our newly hired police crisis co-responder, Evan Daly, has requested permission from Penn West Edinburgh to do his master's degree in social work internship with the township. I'm in support of this matter, and Penn West provided an internship agreement, which was forwarded to Solicitor Shaw for his review, and he made some edits to that as well. Attorney Shaw, are you going to?
Sure, just, I did review the agreement, and it was set up to have this as kind of a broad, apply to more than just this one person. Chief had inquired about, could it be narrowed to just this person? They indicated they've done that in the past, so we made some revisions to it and sent it off to Penn West, and they're providing it to their counsel at the state. The modifications I made limited to just this individual and limited the time frame as well. My recommendation would be to approve this agreement subject to any non-substantive changes the state may seek to make that are approved by the solicitor, and then authorize its execution upon that approval. So similar in nature to what my recommendation with the Sheets documents would be to prove it subject to final review of any non-substantive changes, and then if they work from my perspective, then authorize the chair to execute the agreement. This way we're not waiting, as soon as it's ready, we're ready to go.
Okay, is there a motion to approve as described by Attorney Shaw?
I'll make a motion. Excuse me.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 17 is the T-Force Property Remediation, 1701 Pittsburgh Avenue. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, the township received a notice from T-Force of their intent to remediate their property, which is located at 1701 Pittsburgh Avenue. They currently have operations on the property. The T-Force property abuts property that is owned by the township, also known as the MYAA Field Complex, which also used to be known as the Curry Landfill Site. The notice to intent to remediate for the T-Force property indicates that a municipality can request a public involvement plan for this remediation project. Given that the proposed area to be remediated abuts the township property, it would be my recommendation that we request a public involvement plan for this project. This would result in the township getting various notices when various reports are completed and submitted, and giving us an opportunity to comment. I don't expect this to be a terribly controversial site, but I think it makes sense for us to at least have the opportunity to comment if we need to do so.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 18 is a stormwater management operation and maintenance agreement for two addresses, 5103 Deerfield and 5942 Mystic Ridge. Mr. Waldinger?
Thank you. Is it okay if I do both of these together?
Yeah,
Or-
sure.
no problem. Okay.
Thank you.
As you mentioned, these are for two separate residential properties. The first is 5103 Deerfield Drive. This is for an accessory structure, a garage, and a driveway extension. The applicants are Thomas and Constance Lucchini. They have submitted a plan that meets the township ordinances and have filled out the proper operation and maintenance form. The second is for a new home that's being built by Citadel Development Company. The residents, the owners there are Austin Bruger Revocable Trust. This also has been reviewed and approved by the engineering department and is on the proper stormwater operation and maintenance form. And so at this time, we would recommend approval of both these agreements.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Waldinger? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion, Dan.
And I will second.
Been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Moving on to communications, Treasurer Communications, a request to close the PNC merchant checking account. I can take that from Ms. Page in her absence. She's seeking approval to close a checking account at the PNC Bank. This was a merchant account that was used with the old point of sale system used at the Millfair Recycling Center. The township changed to a new system in 2024, and a new merchant checking account was established at Erie Bank. This account is no longer needed. Is there a motion to approve closing the PNC account?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay. Moving on to a lateral transfer request from Streets Department to Traffic. Mr. Puda.
Thank you. We are requesting Michael Sornberger as a lateral transfer from the streets maintenance labor to the traffic and electrical maintenance labor department. The date of the transfer will be today, and his rate of pay is $32.23 per hour, which is no change. It's strictly a lateral move, and I would recommend approval.
Okay, great. You might as well go ahead and do the two hirings for streets and then sewer seasonal, please.
Okay. The second one is for it's a streets maintenance laborer. The gentleman's name's Ian Moore, And Ian currently works for Pro Waste as a driver for 4 years. He previously worked for PennDOT as an equipment operator for 4 years. He has experience patching, mason work, and plowing. He has a Class A CDL with tanker endorsements. His date of hire would be 5/29/25, and his rate of pay would be $23.92 per hour. I recommend his approval. And the last one, requesting approval to hire seasonal employee in sewer maintenance. His hire date would be 5/28/25. The gentleman's name is Thomas Cavani, and his hire date will be 5/28/25, and his rate would be $14.75 per hour. And I recommend approval of this seasonal hire.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the lateral transfer and the 2 hirings in Public Works?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have seasonal summer employees for Parks and Recreation, and Mr. Waldinger, you're up.
Thank you. Yes, I'm pinch hitting for Director Marsteller. In front of you is a list of employees that Ms. Marsteller is recommending for summer employment. The list includes part-time adult program supervisors and instructors, lifeguards, camp counselors, tennis instructors, maintenance staff, golf course maintenance staff, concession stand attendants, and barn supervisors that will oversee programming during the summer 2025 season. These employees have all been budgeted as part of the Parks and Recreational operational budget, and so it is Ms. Marsteller's recommendation that you approve the list of seasonal hires in front of you right now.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
It's moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. All right, Chief Mook, you have 5 training requests. You might as well do all of them.
I do, thanks.
Thank you.
First, the Pennsylvania FOP State Lodge is hosting a 2-day course, October 1st and 2nd, titled Advanced Body-Worn Camera Training. Because digital video and body-worn cameras are integral in investigations, accountability, and transparency, attendance is needed to understand the advantages, disadvantages, limitations, and human factors present in public police interactions. I'm seeking approval to have Captain Kosensky, who is tasked with the oversight of internal affairs investigations, and Corporal Caldwell, who is the MPD training coordinator, attend this course. There is no tuition. Hotel costs are estimated at $300 total. Per diem costs are $240 total, and fuel costs are estimated at $50. Total training costs are $590. Next, the FBI's Office of Partnership Engagement is hosting a National Law Enforcement Partner Conference, June 3rd and 4th in Orlando, Florida. The purpose of this conference is to provide an opportunity for the FBI to engage with police chiefs and sheriffs of small to medium-sized agencies. 2 topics of great benefit are critical incident command and leading an agency and community through a crisis. This conference is by invitation only, and the local FBI office has nominated me to attend. All costs are covered by the FBI. Airfares paid by the FBI up front. Travel dates are June 2nd and 5th, and we are reimbursed after the fact for hotel costs and meal and incidental costs. Consequently, I'm not seeking a per diem on this training. Next, the FBI LEADA organization is hosting their Supervisor Leadership Institute from July 7th to July 11th in Rochester, New York. The purpose of the course is to advance the art and science of first-line police supervision. It is a goal to provide this training to all ranking officers at MPD this year. I'm requesting approval to send Sergeant Irwin to this course. Now, Sergeant Irwin had previously been approved to attend this training on May 5th in Pittsburgh, but due to a death in his family, he was unable to attend that training. The training cost was already paid for, and lodging for this travel is $129 a night plus taxes and fees, 1 room for 5 nights totaling $735.30 with taxes and fees included. Per diem is $440, and fuel costs are estimated at $50. Travel will be by department vehicle, and total travel costs are $1,225.30. There's a typo on that form. There's only 1 per diem being sought. Next, Police administrators agree that upholding professional ethics and integrity is critically important in our profession. It is recommended to have regular ethics training for police departments, and Dr. Paris Baker of Erie has offered to provide a 4-hour workshop-style training to all MPD sworn officers that is titled Ethics, Implicit Bias, and Community Policing. The total cost for this course is $15,000. There will be 4 workshops offered to accommodate all MPD sworn officers. Pending approval, the workshops will take place in September of this year. I am proposing using the equitable sharing funds, otherwise known as asset forfeiture, to pay for this training. And last, the FBI LEADA is hosting their Command Leadership Institute July 21st through July 25th in Pittsburgh. The purpose of this course is to advance the art and science of police command leadership. I'm requesting approval to send Lieutenant Fallon and Lieutenant Hardner to this course. The registration is $795 per person, totaling $1,590 in tuition. Lodging is 1 room for 5 nights, totaling $786.60. The per diem is $440 each, totaling $880. Fuel costs are estimated at $100, and travel will be by department vehicle. The total travel costs are $1,766.60.
Thank you, Chief. Any comments or questions for Chief Mook?
I had one question, Chief, about the ethics training. The $15,000 course fee that's paid with the asset forfeiture money. Will that be covered 100% by the forfeiture money, the fee?
Our balance is around $30,000, $32,000 currently.
That was my next question. Okay, that's in our balance now. Can you just explain real quick what that is? People might not know what that.
Asset forfeiture money?
Yeah, people might not know exactly how that's funded.
So we've taken part in some large-scale drug busts, some large-scale drug investigations of an extended time duration over the last handful of years. And when those persons are arrested for drug trafficking and racketeering, their assets are seized. It could be vehicles, it could be homes, it could be cash. And those funds are distributed by the federal government after the case proceeds through criminal justice system, and those funds are distributed based upon an agency's involvement in the case. So that fund balances come from.
Okay, so we currently have about 30,000 in the fund.
Correct.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the training as described by Chief Mook?
Yes, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Executive session was held on May 15th. Discussion involved litigation matters related to code enforcement, state court lawsuits, permitting dispute and easement disputes, real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities and lease of township property, and personnel matters related to the fire department. On May 22nd, litigation matters related to code enforcement, state court lawsuit, permitting dispute and easement dispute, real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities and lease of township property, and personnel matters related to the fire department and police department. That takes us to Solicitor Communications, Attorney Shaw.
Nothing further on my end, thank you.
Thank you. Student Ambassador report. Is this your last one? Second to last, okay. So we have you for another meeting. Great.
Good afternoon, everyone. The end of the school year is approaching quickly, and McDowell is finishing strong. So we'd like to share a few more exciting updates. McDowell's annual Walk for a Cause will be happening on June 3rd. Students across all 4 grades in the school join to enjoy the summer weather and raise donations for the American Cancer Society and Make-A-Wish Foundation. Students are also looking forward to Trojan Day on May 30th, basically our field day. The schedule includes outdoor activities, relay races, and a talent show, making it the perfect way to foster school spirit and de-stress before finals.
Additionally, our Trojan athletes had a strong performance this track season, with 13 competitors advancing to the PIAA state championships, and on May 15th, the spring signing day was held at McDowell High School, celebrating our outstanding student athletes who are continuing their athletic and academic careers in college. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to sharing more updates.
Really quick, how many more days of school are left? I know you're counting.
Like 13.
Oh,
Seniors, it's even less.
that's right, it's less, that's right. Well, good luck on your finals, too.
Thanks for the update.
Oh, Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
could I just give a really quick report before we go to citizens to be heard?
sure.
The Mill Creek Police Association, the MPA, is going to be at the Pet Supply Plus on June 7th. I think we might even have a meeting before that, but they're going to be collecting donations for the Humane Society. And we're going to have information on our website and social media and things like that. But any residents that would like to, drop anything off, they're usually in need of cat litter and cat food. They also take monetary donations. But so we're supporting our Mill Creek police officers in their efforts. But that'll be on June 7th.
Thank you. All right, that takes us to citizens to be heard, or any citizens to be heard. Yeah, please come up to the podium and state your name for the record. And if you wouldn't mind filling out the log.
Sure, thank you very much.
You have 5 minutes to speak.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll fill that out when I'm done. My name is Betsy Wiest. I live on Grub and Steratania Road. About 3 years ago, I adopted a dog, and we walk 5 miles a day using 3 different routes. We walked through a lot of garbage, and I got tired of it, so I started picking it up. And over the past 3 years, I've picked up hundreds of bags of garbage, grocery-sized bags. So I thought, well, why not get other walkers involved as well? Maybe there's other people walking who could do this. So I reached out to Jessica Stutzman, who works for the township. I worked with her when I was active with the Sisters of St. Joseph as their social justice coordinator. And I said, could you please write a grant so that maybe the township might provide the bags and the gloves and a safety vest? And she did, and you do. So I'm here to say thank you. So this is the bag. And in the bag is a safety vest, bags, and gloves. And they are available. You can get them at the front desk. So what I'd like to do today, actually, is first of all, thank Mill Creek Township for going with my idea, for supporting me and helping to keep our township cleaner. We've got one earth, we've got to keep it clean, and we can start here and we can move on. But secondly, I'd like to challenge everybody in this room today to get one of these bags. If you walk outside your house, chances are there's a piece of garbage. Pick it up. So again, thank you so much for running with my idea, for supporting it, for writing the grant, and I'm hoping that the program goes. I told Jessica that I would be here today to try and kickstart it. I know she's going to use social media to try and kind of kick it off. And my dog Enzo, who I call my conservation dog, and I are out walking every day, picking up.
Great. Thank you for your efforts, Ms. Wiest.
You're welcome, and I'll finish getting this.
Yes, thank you very much for doing that. And do we know how many bags we have available?
I do not. Your Parks and Recreation person, please tell me her name again.
Ms. Marsteller?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
She has several bags already put together.
okay,
And she's got a whole big thing of bags. I went and got
Great.
another batch today because I'm going through, for example, yesterday, I did 1 big bag and 3 small ones.
yes,
Today I did another big one, and I'm only walking 3 different routes.
yes,
So I look
okay.
at what I'm picking up, there's a lot out there. And
Yes.
look at it, you're getting, you're squatting, your physical fitness. There's a lot, this is a win-win. There's a
It
lot of good
is.
stuff here. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I think this is on our website because it's termed Betsy's Litter Campaign.
Yes.
I didn't know if you knew that, but
Yes, it is.
it's
Yes.
out there. It's a thing.
Named after you.
Taken off.
We want to keep it going, so
Okay.
thank you so much.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Maybe we should challenge people to take screenshots of themselves while they're picking it up.
Great.
And
I'll
then-
email.
Yes, I think that would be great. And thank you to Jessica Stutzman for applying for the grant. I know she is a record grant writer around here.
Amazing.
Yeah,
So thank you very much.
thanks.
Thanks. Anyone else wishing to address the board?
My name's Candy Horn, and I'm back. And if you don't mind, I'm going to use my own timer. So if I ask you a question and you answer it, I don't want the answer coming off my time, because 5 minutes a month is not very much. Is that okay? Does anybody object to that? Okay, because it'll be on the phone. I'm not trying to be obtuse, okay? My first question is about the time of the meeting. There are a lot of people that can't make this time at 4:30 because they're working, and I understand they used to be like at 7 in the evening. Somebody had asked that, I think, in maybe early meeting in May. So if that could be changed so that it would accommodate more citizens to come to the meeting, is that a problem?
So you're partially correct. In the past, we've always had the 9:30 a.m. meeting, the first Tuesday, and
Yeah.
then the second Tuesday it had been 7 p.m., I believe. Is that right, Cheryl? 7? And then a couple years ago, it was changed to 4:30. As far as 2025, all the meetings have currently been advertised for the 4:30 time. So and they're already in our calendar and on printed materials. And in my opinion, it would be tough to change 2025. We'd have to re-advertise, there would be additional cost in that, et cetera, et cetera. So we've got, what, 6 more?
6 more months.
6 more 4:30 meetings, I believe. So I'm receptive to looking at doing something else in 2026. But I think 2025 would be hard to change it. That's
Okay.
my opinion.
Back to my, I also, I did listen to the general study fund, where the 6 or 7 people were studying our form of government, our government study fund. And they had mentioned that our general fund decreased in the last 3 years by almost 1/2. It had been 35 million, and now it's down to 18. Now, that to me is obscene. I mean, almost criminal for 3 years for it to go down that fast. They also said that the assigned fund, which is a flexible reserve fund for emergencies, that decreased in 3 years from 10 million in 2021 to 3.4 million in 2023. That's a 2/3 decrease, which means there's some inept fiscal management. And there is no prediction for this year because the audit for 2024 is not in. We're halfway through 2025. And so you're talking about, we want to buy the Shrine Club. Well, if you don't even have your audit in from last year, how are you going to predict next year, okay? And from the last meeting, I was told, everybody was told that you did not have the building inspection report, and then the feasibility study was not done. I don't know how they came up with their figures. If they don't know what it costs to run the building, how can they predict, oh, we're going to charge this, we're going to do that? That is not sound financial management. And I don't know if when you grew up, when I grew up, it was like, do you need it or do you want it? Sometimes what we want, we do not need. And it just comes down to the point of you have to, if you can't pay cash, you don't buy it, you know? And taxpayers only have so much in their pockets to give out, and we are the ones that eventually suffer. Another question I had, I saw that you got a $250,000 grant for infrastructure. And now you're doing some, floodplains and stuff like that, stormwater maintenance. Well, if you have 3.7 million to buy the Shrine Club, why did you have to wait for a grant to fix these people's property that have flooded yards, flooded basements? Where do the residents come? It seems like the residents are at the bottom of the list. That's my other issue, and that's basically what I have to say. And in the Bible, in 1 Timothy chapter 2, we are ordered to pray for people in authority. I do pray for you, men and women, every day that you have wisdom and discernment and you hear what the residents are saying. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thanks for your
Thank you.
comments.
I did it in 4 minutes.
Anyone else wishing to address the board?
My name is Art Olajeri, for the record, Cheryl. I'm going to reiterate what Candy just said because I think it's very, very important. The majority of the taxpayers that pay the majority of the Mill Creek tax revenue can't come to these meetings. And I think that I make a request that this Board of Supervisors, I understand that you can't do it for the balance of 2025, but I can't imagine anybody voting against that when the majority of people that work and pay taxes in Mill Creek can't come to the meetings. 7 o'clock would be an ideal time, whatever day of the week that you choose, but I can't imagine why you would refuse to do that in 2026. And I can't help but also reiterate what Candy said. Your numbers are correct, Candy. They are exactly right. Yeah, no, just in case you're doubting it, yes, your numbers are correct. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the board? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting's adjourned at 5:22. Thank you.